Hello there again. A little bit of lighter mood there, so I just participated in a psychology study. Hopefully anyone who's going to be a participant in it won't necessarily be watching this, and if they do, then hopefully it's after they've actually the chances of someone who's another participant in this particular study that happens, I think, only tonight, watching this video before they do that is probably very extremely slim. So yeah, I'm probably good. Probably not gonna happen. And I mean, if they do anyway, well, whatever. I mean, what's it gonna change? Like one person? Anyhow, so walking back to the dorm. It's pretty late. Well, it's actually not terribly late. I think it's only like about 7 or so, but it is definitely pretty dark. So anyways, the study in question here. So, and I'm sorry about the glares here. This is the lamps. Yeah, I know, it's so annoying. Yes, the particular study here was, well, he said it was just one about the effects of stress on doing tasks. That's what it was called. But what he was actually studying was something or other with like the lack of getting something's in my eye. I'm sorry. Like anhedonia. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You know, lack or loss of pleasure, and so he was trying to measure stuff with like risk reward, level of pleasure. And so he had his complete, and I'm sorry, I gotta run across some street signs are on here. Okay. This is going real fast here. I'm sorry. Okay. We made it. We made it, yo. So, yeah. So the first task here was this game where we had to, why is so, whatever. This is an electric bike or something. It's actually kind of loud. I'm sorry. I had distracted. I lost my breath for a second there. I'm not used to running around. I get a little tired from that usually. Yeah, so first task was, let's see here. Oh lordy. Yeah, first task was this game where so there was these like 4 card this is like both tasks here were online games. Should clarify that. So the first one was this card game where you had to pick between these 4 different sort of stacks of cards, and you know, you'd have a chance of getting whatever amount of money and losing amount of money. You'd often gain and lose differing amounts at the same time, and you really kind of just wanted to gauge how that would affect you know, results on the motivation for the second game, you know, what people would choose there. So like, for example, the researchers idea was that that people who did really well, or at least felt like they did really well on the first task, would do really well in the second one. You know, and unfortunately I did absolutely fucking shit. So we started out with $2,000, I think it was, and you don't want to know how much I have, or it's not actual money that I ended up with, or rather I didn't end up with. And yeah, yeah, if you want to pause the video and just take a minute or two to just, I don't know, write down like 2 or 3 guesses Just go ahead and do that right now. All right, I'll go ahead and say the answer. I had negative $4,000. I don't know. And like the stupid thing was he was like, oh, there's a pattern to this. Like if you don't even know how to figure it out. Well, excuse me, it just seemed like completely random. Like, what the fuck? Also, if you'd also tend to lose way more than you'd gain. So it's just like, it takes a lot, and it takes a lot of luck to even get a good card. And even when you do, you don't get that much. And it's much harder to get out. It's so much easier to lose than it is to gain. So you're I don't know. This is just dumb. But whatever. That was annoying. It's just like, there's no way to really predict this, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe, like, yeah, he said there's a kind of pattern to that. You know, maybe he was right. I don't know. But anyhow, so the second task was to, and this one made me really tired, was where you could either choose an easy or hard task, and regardless of whatever task you chose, you have a certain chance of getting however much money is promised for each task. Let's say, for example, one that I saw a few times at least was, say, like you had a 12% chance. In one hand, you had to get $1. In the other one, you had to get one for $1.24. You know, and the easy task I think was always like $1. So, and the hard task was more than that. I think it was minimum was like $1.24. The maximum was like $4.30. I think, kind of alternating back and forth between like the different numbers in that sort of range. And so the actual task itself, regardless if you chose easy or hard, was basically just as fucking spam the space bar button as hard and fast as you can, within a certain time, and you get your result, right? If you didn't choose the task to do fast enough or complete a task fast enough, you didn't get anything, right? Or it would just choose, like if you didn't choose a task fast enough within like 5 seconds, I think it was, that the thing would just pick randomly for you. And if you didn't complete a task fast enough, you wouldn't get anything. So in that game, you didn't actually lose anything. What it was rather, do you gain or do you just not get anything? Which, in my opinion, it's way better than having any sort of loss, because this just like, really, like, it's just a fucking pain in the ass, but whatever. I mean, it's not even like real money or anything anyway, so like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it doesn't have any real world consequences other than just the fact that my arm hurts, because I pressed the goddamn button so many times. But, yeah, I did really poorly with the first one, but first task here, you know, the card game. But then I think I did like at least okay, moderately. So I might have done pretty good, because I did choose, you know, I chose the hard ones a lot more often. I did choose the easy ones sometimes, but most of the time when I did, it was just like my hand was tired, just needed a little bit of like, you know, a few seconds to like rest. So that's what I did. But I mostly just started the hard because I was like, screw it, like, might as well, like, I'm gonna be here for like 20 minutes or whatever, so you know, just might as well, like, it's only just one time. But yeah, it's a little better now, but gotta rest my hand a little bit. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. Nothing else new there, just the study. A little funny. I was, like I said, tiring for my hand, but you know, not the end of the world. So, and it was a little funny. It was actually with my TA for my GSTR class, so that was nice. He's a nice guy. So yeah, we'll see. But anyways, good night.